Hello guys, my name is Kokobob and I'm the Challenger 1200 LPP, top 20 U player, and the best Syrah player in the universe. You probably already heard that Riot Games recently released another overcomplicated gay twink called Wei, who also coincidentally simps for Sett and Jhin. And his best win rate role also coincidentally turned out to be as a bottom just like Seraphine. And as a League sissy, it is my duty to try this F-word of a champion out. Let me run through his abilities for you real quick. Basically, he has 10 of them plus a passive, so most of you bitches who are used to pressing W on Seraphine and winning the game won't pick him up that easily. But I assure you, he's not really that hard unless he sees Jhin or Sett with his twink ass. Anyways, his Q spells deal damage and QE is an inflamed coochie aka rumble alt that you will be using for the wave clear. His W spells are utility squirtility, but among them you only use QE that summons 3 squirtlings around you and restore mana if you hit enemy. His EQ is the panic button when some bitch tries to snatch your wig, EW is a useless ability and EE is pussy claws which you mainly use for wave clear. Huawei's ultimate ability is a scam just like Syrah's ulti so you only press it when enemy is handicapped. Here's the build and runes we will be going for. Now that we are sex educated, let's get into the game. Period.
Fucking dick. Yeah, fucking wank it from the fucking cock. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, fucking squeeze his fucking balls. Ping that fucking cock ring.
For some reason I'm playing against a botlane Diana and Master EU West solo but this is the only victory I've had on this champion so I'm editing it. It was 4 AM game so enemies were probably drunk and perma-shoving the wave up my ass so my brand jungle comes for a juicy gank and set Diana's pussy on fire. She gave up quickly but Senna was that bitch and refused to die so I just tickle her to death with my toothbrush. Overall, Huawei's laning phase isn't that terrible and you can even squirt on your opponents from Sky with huge QW range. If enemies are dumb enough they will keep walking up to your inflamed coochie and at that point you can give them SDUs by pressing coochie claws aka EEE spell just like I did here with Senna. After that do the follow-up combo and sit with your ass on the keyboard to throw any other spell and watch your pussy pop woo finish the job. I try to bully the lesbian but that lucky bitch survives with 5 health but I don't breathe in safety recall. Once I got lost chapter my wave clear became really creamy. Senna walks into my shit again so I catch her with ult and then murder her. Now I'm left 1v1. Twink against a lesbian. I bait her into my coochie claws and follow up with ult while flashing out of her fart like faker and then finish her off with a couple of swipes of my toothbrush.
Oops, I orgasm again. Oh my gosh, so creamy.
Don't forget that you can proc them on a squirtlings on turrets too. And don't forget to snatch shutdowns with your QW to boil asses of your straight teammates.
Give me the dollar.
I got my Luden's Rostoy and go mid and notice how Senna was busy chatting on Grindr so she doesn't notice me but I still miss everything and fuck up the combo but it's okay since she just walks into my inflamed coochie and burns.
Burning and itching, burning and itching. Itching and burning, itching and burning.
After this I go help my talent out and one shot fell bussy. Now let me show you how to do the biggest combo on Huawei. First, snipe your enemy with EQ to set up the combo, then, press WE for the extra damage and mana, press your ult to slow the target. Lastly, wait a bit and finish off with QW.
Cut the cameras.
Anyways, I defend bot lane and still get this Senna with flash coochie claws. Don't forget to snatch your kills again.
Give me the dollar.
When doing Baron, always use inflamed coochie to maximize the damage.
Yeah, fucking wank it from the fucking cock.
Now let me pop off and fight. I sniped Senna once again but after this I pressed the wrong button for the cannon. Now that I'm really fed but skinny at the same time I go mid and twerk on my keyboard pressing random shit and one-shotting enemies and then the game period. you for watching, sisters, and don't forget to slurp those like and subscribe buttons, and follow me on my Twitch as I do some juicy streamussies there. Also, join my Dissy channel where we're having meaningful conversations with fellow sissies. Love you, flops!